Hi all, this is Dr. Dave Maslock, and I'm going to talk about something that a lot of us experience, a lot of us guys experience today, is receding hair loss. Why it actually is kind of painful for myself in terms of my own identity. But before I get into that, I wanted to sort of make a pitch. If you think this is an interesting topic and you want to learn more about this kind of stuff, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, make sure you like the video, make sure you also check out the peer proofreading and editing platform that I am building. And I'm hopefully going to relate some of the stuff that I'm building on that in this YouTube channel to, of all things, hair loss, right? So yesterday my sister came to visit me. I live in Florida. I'm a researcher at a large research school here, assistant professor in, I study things like innovation and entrepreneurship. And I use theories about behaviors and learning and apply that to within the organizations. So my sister was coming in from Canada. I'm Canadian. And we're having a conversation sitting around. I thought, my dad had this sort of receding hair loss thing going on. And then I started getting this in the last few years. And then it actually is one of these things that actually, it affects your identity as a guy, right? And I was trying to think about why is that the case. One of the reasons why I think that is the case, that hair loss actually hurts a little bit more than when you actually grow hair and you continue, you sort of to grow hair, you don't even notice it, right? But it's not until you actually lose it. Well, there is these psychologists that they did a lot of work in economics, believe it or not, Kahneman and Tversky. They were thinking about reference points and how losses hurt a heck of a lot more. The utility that you sort of lose hurts a heck of a lot more than the gains that you gain from equal amounts of gains. Sorry, that the utility you gain from equal amounts of gains. And so what does that mean? So that means that I am going to be, anytime I feel a particular loss of something, that I'm going to emotionally react to that a heck of a lot more than if I have sort of comparable amount of gains, the equal amount of gains. There's actually sort of like a parabolic curve that you see when they plot this sort of utility you derive from this. So not parabolic, but an S-shaped curve. Anyways, so what that means for me personally is that this hair loss is going to hurt a lot more to my own identity, and as it gets worse and worse, I'm going to notice it more and more, right? Than the actual benefit I gain is if I actually start growing more and more hair in other areas, right? Which is kind of a funny thought. And so what does this actually mean with peer proofreading and reciprocity, the thing that I'm currently developing, and I need more people to join on, so make sure you subscribe. That really does help out in terms of showing proof of concept and social proof to others that might want to help out as well. So make sure you do subscribe, make sure you go onto the website. So what does this mean in terms of reciprocity? Well, I'm actually building some of these same sort of mechanisms into that. So making sure that there are sort of wording in there, that some of the wording is that you're going to feel, I've worded it in such a way that you're going to lose credits if you do something, if you don't actually respond to emails and stuff like that, versus you're actually going to gain equal amounts of credits. And that's really important to think about, because what that does, it motivates people emotionally to actually respond and do things. And that's the kind of stuff that you can actually build in. If you're doing the exact same thing with building your own sort of software platform or something like that, you can build that sort of language in there as well as thinking about losses, because it does emotionally hurt a little bit. Even though in the end of the day, it could mean the exact same amount of benefit that's happening on either side, but you just have a much more emotional reaction to that. So emails, for example, I've sort of worded in the way of losses versus gains, and that's important. And then the other thing is when you're doing your own work on a daily basis, and you want to make sure that you stay motivated, right, as a writer or as an editor or whatever you're doing, make sure that you sort of think in terms of these gains and losses. So if you sort of stage something as like, I'm going to lose this amount of stuff, I'm going to be much more motivated to actually respond to that than, oh, I'm going to benefit so much from doing this particular thing, right? You actually are not motivated nearly as much from that. So if you think this YouTube video is really interesting, you want to help out, subscribe again, as well as check out other YouTube videos like the YouTube video. Do what you can, go onto the website, the platform, and purchase credits if you want to get your own work edited or you want to help out in any way. So that's it. Have a good day and take care. Bye.